everybody that I've gotten to see is really decent. They're impressed by the video, and everybody is also then more welcoming to invite you in. The one lead that I went to go and see the other day, he's got a home right on the beach. So I just got to do the effort to keep in contact and be the realtor of choice. You need 3 revenue streams. I got my first listing.
That's Amanda, another one of our private partners here at Realcomm Consulting, who's already received over 11 in-person appointments and has closed her first deal with many more in the pipeline. She's now become the local celebrity realtor in a market, whilst other realtors in the area are just hoping and praying for their referrals to transact over time. Amanda is now securing multiple listing deals with the help of this new system. So let's dive into exactly how this became a game changer for Amanda.
Hey everyone, it's just Johnny here, founder of Realcomm Consulting, and today I'm really excited to interview one of our recent successful clients, Amanda, who was able to go from already having great foundations, great experience as a real estate agent to now having 11 in-person appointments and actually becoming the local celebrity realtor, even within a slow market. So Amanda's joined me today to talk, and yeah, we're happy to go through things. So yeah, thanks for jumping on, Amanda.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. I guess just imagine, someone was watching and obviously just figuring out a bit more about you and real estate, because I know you're originally from South Africa. Tell us a bit more about the real estate journey, kind of the market you operate in now, and how's things been for you since been going?
Yeah, well, I got my license in 2014, 2015. We had immigrated here to Canada in 2011. I had a previous background of software sales with corporate business solutions. And I figured I needed to do something to bring in some extra cash for our family as new immigrants. And I wondered what I could do around kids and still use my skills. So yeah, I got into real estate, and I was only supposed to be in it for 2 years because my husband was doing his executive MBA at Columbia in New York. And I thought after that he'd be making lots of dough and I wouldn't have to do any work. But yeah.
Okay, you are.
Different tone, right?
Yeah, still going strong, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Anyway, so yeah, I've been in the business 10 years. I've managed to build a very successful business here locally. And I have been able to achieve the medallion status here in South Surrey, White Rock area, but it's for the whole area. And last year I was just shy of the top 1% of 5,500 realtors odds. So yeah.
No, and I know you've come into like a slow market, because like prior to obviously like joining, you things had kind of been slow in the market, just kind of in particular, right?
Yeah, so I had a successful business that was a referral business, as well as a nice farm that was generating funds. But I needed a third bucket, so to speak. And I needed to grow my database, right? I needed to get other quality people into the database, and I was looking for something to do that. And that's when you contacted me, right? So yeah, so everybody that I've gotten to see is really decent. I think that's the thing, is the qualification that happens. They're impressed by the video, like everybody impressed by the video. And everybody is also then more welcoming to invite you in because they're impressed by the video. Like, yeah. Whatever you do.
Been done without you though, right?
Yeah. No, you do quite a bit of stuff. So, yeah. And then getting in to actually see them face to face I always feel is very important, to establish that connection. Like, they've seen you online, but just to connect with you locally is very, very important. And then I put them onto good drip campaigns. I drop off gifts for them. I just put them into my system, right? And so it does, like the people recently that I've seen, a lot of them are listing early next year, which is great. And then actually this is really good for you. I got my first listing today from it. They've signed.
Wow, you're saving the news.
Yeah.
Congratulations, because you've now got it's over 11 now in-person appointments, and I know you said obviously the market has been slower, so nothing to do with like you or anything, just kind of the market. People were looking to sell, come in like early.
Yeah. The market has been very soft. Like we really have I also had a huge price correction in our area. And the number of sales, I forget what the stats are quite recently, but yeah, I think yesterday I worked out the average list to sale price was 94%. So that's meaning the average list price is selling 6% below list price. And we've had a really ebbs and starts in the year. Like some months are really good, and the next month is really slow. And for somebody that is trading every month, you know, and that's the goal, is to trade every month, because then you get paid every month eventually. Yeah, that it's just been ebbs and flows. So this has just given me a great extra kick to get out new people, which I've needed to do. And they've also been good quality leads. Like the one lead that I went to go and see the other day, he's got a home right on the beach, right, with an ocean view, right? You know what I mean? So, I mean, he invited me in, and I went to go and see him, and he's going to be selling next year. So I just got to do the effort to keep in contact and be the realtor of choice, right? But that's definitely the benefit of it.
Yeah, 100%. And obviously, like respect to you and props to you, because you've obviously putting in the work, especially with the follow up and everything, because there's so many different ways you can kind of spend your money in real estate, right? You can kind of run ads yourself, buy leads online. But the fact that they're seeing you on camera, it kind of gives you that edge over other agents, because now they know, like, and trust you. You said it's crazy how people are like, oh, I like the ad. Yeah.
Well, the other thing is, like, people see me and they say, oh, I saw you on YouTube. Like they watch. A lot of people are moving towards watching YouTube as their TV of choice, if that makes anything, their channel of choice. I think mainstream media and all the rest of it's going through its own whatever it's going through. But a lot of people are gravitating to YouTube. So YouTube's a great place to be on. And people are watching, like the lady I spoke to this morning, she said she was watching some cooking show or something, and there I popped in, like, hi.
Yeah.
So from that point of view, it's kept me top of mind to people that even aren't selling. And this is a common conversation point when I bump into people in the store or out shopping or wherever I am. They see me, which is good. That's what we want. Yeah.
Literally local celebrity, like I said, right?
No, I don't think I'm a local celebrity. I think that's where you
Like a B-list celebrity.
Yeah, probably something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so obviously people now, you're getting appointments, and also it's mainly just kind of expanding beyond the sphere, because obviously your sphere is really good, right? You obviously have you've established great business, great connections, great referrals, and this is nothing to replace that. It's just something to, like,
it's another bucket, right? You need 3 revenue streams, right? So in real estate, 3 or 4. Like, if anybody doesn't know that, that's what you need. Like,
yeah,
not just focus on one. So you need to have 3 stools, 3 legs in a stool, so to speak. Like, that's so you can be stable in the market. Because sometimes my farm is producing really well, and then sometimes my sphere is referring really nicely, and then sometimes this is working really well, right? So that's the idea, right? So it's been great.
Because, like, if one fails, then at least you have, like, you've
Diversification. Yeah.
that. And yeah, talk to me about this is amazing news with the listing. How has the process gone with the homeowner?
It's been really easy though, because her mom had fallen and needed to go into a care home, so the lady needed to sell the condo. And I wasn't really pushing her at all. I was just trying to add value to the conversation. She was looking for care homes, and I know a couple of care homes, so I was suggesting that to them. And then she just called me out of the blue and said she's found someplace and she needs to sell, so come and see her. So I went to see her, and she signed the papers this morning, right? So it's a little one, but it's enough to cover my costs, right? My return of investment with you, which is great. That's what we need, right? So that we can carry on and grow the business with the other leads that I've got. And then I was in at another lady yesterday or the day before. And I think that's something that has picked up, is my accent being South African, as all the South Africans are watching it. They don't know. And then they're phoning me or posting. So this couple was South African, and I went to see them, and she replied back after my evaluation, "Great, Amanda, contact us in December. We want to list in January, and we look forward to working with you." Right. So that's what it does, right? If you manage it properly.
Yeah, it's like the whole point of advertising, what I say, is to like repel who you don't want, but attract who you do want, right? And hit instant report with
Well, that's it, and it works. And then other guys that I've gone in to see, I actually turned away a listing from it because like he just had, he was asking too much, and it just wasn't feasible in the market. So I see he lists it, like he was really impressed with the video, and he was ready to sign papers, but I just said, I'm not going to do it. And he's still on the market now, right? So that's something that I feel is important, is that the way it's positioned, the wording, and the way you say that, how to sell in a slow market, really there are the three things you need to do is price well, make sure your home looks good, and which is what you are talking about in your ebooks, and then show it well online, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like you're also like you probably could have had like more listings, but like you're like trying to provide value more. Like you're not going to lie to the homeowner, being like, okay, you can list your.
Well, that, right? With like you said, you can earn an extra whatever dollar amount. Didn't want to put that in my blower because how can I tell them that? I can't tell them.
Yeah, exactly. You gotta. That's the whole point of having it dynamic to the market. You got to match the market. And the good news is because you're providing so much goodwill to these homeowners, like you said, come December, you've already got one, but like come December, January, you have like a lot more like that you've provided value, you've established a really good relationship, and it looks like it's really paying off now as well.
Yeah, well, it will. I think it takes 3 months. That's what I said to you. I'd give you 3 months, right? Remember I said to you, I'd give you 3 months? Right? Okay, so 3 months is up, right? So, I've extended it. So that's also... kudos to you guys because you've put together a great product as such to put out onto YouTube, right? And I know you've sent me now some new scripts. I've got to read over them. And
Ollie is on the on the script.
Yeah, there's new stuff, right? So I've got to read over it, and that's also great because then you stitch them together and you make them engaging, right? So I couldn't have done that by myself. So.
Well, we couldn't replace you on camera, right? But we did part of our work in making like because everything's got to be dynamic. It's got to match the market, and that's why we're constantly so we can get the results. I guess final thoughts. Just to imagine, if someone was kind of watching this right now, maybe they're on the fence about like possibly booking in a call or even just speaking with me about the program. What would you? I know you kind of said a lot already. What would you kind of to them?
Well, you get these calls from people like soliciting to buy leads all the time as realtors. And that's something that, I mean, kudos to you finding me and getting me on to the call, right? But I think very important was that I saw you face to face, right? And that was, it wasn't just over the phone. And then when you look at you and Ollie are, presentable guys, these are things that I took into account, like, because if you weren't, and not judgmental on anybody that isn't, but I just wouldn't have felt really comfortable, right? And you're my son's age, right? So that's something that I had a connection with you guys already, was like, gee, here are these young guys that have got an idea and are doing this business, and they seem to know what they're doing, so let me see what they can do, and this is what you've done, so it's great.
And I appreciate you saying that because it's taken us a long point. No, we're only young, but it's taken us a lot of time to really, build up what we have. And that's why we're looking to help not only just get more commissions back into the pockets of realtors, but also like, make a change like to your lives, the homeowners that you're serving as well. And that's like what, fills us up and it makes us want to keep pushing for like results.
Of course.
Well,
I think you guys have got you're on a good, like, wicket. You see, I can say that to you because you're British, you understand. Okay, I can't say that to the Canadians because they don't understand, right? It's referring to cricket, everybody else, yeah. Okay, so you You are, and you're doing a good job. There's, you need to pat yourselves on the back.
Well, I appreciate everything today, Amanda. And thanks to everyone for tuning in, for letting me interview Amanda today. So if you are watching this right now and maybe you're interested in working together, or you just have a few questions about the program, then if you look in the description below, you can book in a call. We'll do like a deep dive into your specific situation, exactly like we did with Amanda, and see what custom game plan would work best for you regarding